Good evening. Welcome to the special board meeting on May 5th, 2020. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Yency.
Here.
Mrs. McCarthy. Mrs. McCarthy. Mrs. Saxon.
Here.
Mrs. Tamira.
Here.
Mr. Vaca.
Here. All right, finalization of the agenda. Is there anything to add and or delete?
Nope, the agenda is final as presented.
Okay. I got a couple things. First of all, Miss McCarthy is trying to join us this evening. She's having some technical difficulty, so at some point she should be joining us. Secondly, for all those in attendance this evening, there is two opportunities to address the Board of Education. There's hearing of the public on an agenda item, which will be coming up here shortly. And then at the end of the meeting, there's another opportunity if you want to address the board on something that's not on the agenda. If we could hold to those rules, I would appreciate it. It'll get us through the meeting and the meeting will run more smoothly. So, Madam Superintendent.
Thank you, sir. We just have two quick items tonight on the superintendent's report. First, a thank you to our community for their support of issue 13. As you know, issue 13 was a substitute levy that will help stabilize our revenues for the foreseeable future. And without those funds, we would have a drastically different district. So we are very fortunate and very thankful to our community for supporting our schools, especially during these times where things are very uncertain. And we know that your confidence in us spoke loudly at the polls, and we appreciate that. Secondly, it is Staff Appreciation Week, and as always, and more so now than ever, the appreciation for our staff is great and vast. And again, as we've said, the work that our staff has done to help us through these times has been extraordinary. And without their help and support, we would not be in the position that we are. Where almost 90% of our families are in support of the remote learning and the efforts that the district has taken in order to help us through these troublesome times. So to all of our staff, thank you so much for every part that you have played in this district. No matter what the role has been, you have been a tremendous asset to helping us through the COVID crisis and continue to help us as we make decisions for planning in the future. And we are so thankful to have you here with us in North Ridgeville. That concludes the report.
Thank you. Well, I would like to echo your comments as well. In regards to the community, thank you very much. You stepped up in support of the schools. We will continue to be responsible to you, our taxpayers, with how we spend those resources. We will continue to do wonderful things with our students, and we will continue to be part of this community. Our staff, appreciation doesn't even begin to cover what you've all done through this pandemic. It's been nothing short of amazing. Quite frankly, I think North Ridgeville City Schools is a district that's looked to by other districts on how to do this the right way in so many aspects. Normally this week would be filled with lunches and goodies and snacks for all our teachers and staffs. So spouses, I need you to stand up, put out, and take care of these people that have been taking care of our students. Take them to, well, I guess you can't take them to dinner, cook, buy cupcakes, do something. Our PTOs normally would do that. So again, to our staff, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna move on to our education report. Ms. Tamara? Well, I lied. I really don't want to hear from the public, apparently. Here's the opportunity, 1 and 2, that I gave you. If there's anything on the agenda you'd like to address, that was your chance. Seeing none. Now we will move on to the consent agenda. Education report, Ms. Tamara.
We have one item for your consideration under the education report. The item is the addendum to the high school program of studies This addendum will provide for the state-required graduation seals available to the current freshman class. These seals are one pathway that students can use to meet the requirements for a diploma. This is the first reading for this item. The second reading and consideration for approval will be at the May 19th regular meeting. This concludes the education report.
Thank you. We'll move on to policy committee report. Ms. McCarthy. I'm sorry, Ms. Getzey.
I'm going to do the communications report. And we have one gift to the North Ridgeville City Schools, and that is 2 iPad mini cases were donated by Stacy Arbaugh to the technology department to be used as needed for an estimated value of $78. The total donations that we've received thus far for the 2019-2020 school year are $52,795.05. And again, thank you to our community for their tremendous support for our schools and our students. So that's the first reading for this item. The second reading and consideration for approval will be at our May 19th regular meeting. And that is all I have for the communications report.
Thank you. We'll move on to buildings and operations report. We have an agreement with Love Insurance for the 2021 school year. This annual agreement provides families the option of obtaining student insurance at no cost to the district. This is the first reading for this item. The second reading and consideration for approval will be at the May 19th regular meeting. This concludes the building and operations report. So we'll go ahead and move on to human resources. Ms. Saxon.
Yes, we have a number of items in the human resources report. 4 certified staff appointments, 2 certified leave replacements, 21 extended service contracts, 2 certified staff resignations, 1 support staff resignation, and this is the first reading for these items. The second reading and consideration for approval will be at the May 19th regular meeting. This concludes the human resource report.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to the finance audit report. As the fact that it does not look like Ms. McCarthy's joined us yet, it is recommended that the Board of Education accept the Martha Holdings Jennings Foundation grant. This grant was in the total amount of $19,500 for the FY 2021 school years, and we authorize the treasurer to file an amended certificate of estimated resources with the Lorraine County Auditor and adjust the appropriations accordingly. I move to approve the finance and audit report in one reading.
Second.
Motion by myself, second by Ms. Tamira. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Vaca, I am here. I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, nice to have you with us, Ms. McCarthy. Hello, there you are. Smile. We got you now. It's all good.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, any discussion on the grant? Roll call, please.
Mr. Vaca,
Yes.
Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mrs. Yetsey,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
and Mrs. McCarthy.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
And we'll move on to policy committee report. Ms. McCarthy?
Thank you, Mr. President. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the second reading and adoption of the new and revised Neola board policies listed below.
Second.
Moved by Ms. McCarthy, second by Ms. Saxon. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Yetsey,
Yes.
Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, we'll move on to education report. Ms. Saxon?
The Board of Education is being asked to act on a resolution that recognizes a memorandum of understanding between the North Ridgeville Education Association and the board as it relates to teacher evaluations for the 2019-2020 school year. This resolution was arrived at collaboratively to try and address the unique challenges presented by this pandemic. I move to approve this resolution on one reading.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Saxon, second by Ms. Tamira. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
Mrs. Yetsey,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
and Mr. Vaca.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, here's an opportunity for hearing of the public on new items. Anybody has anything that they'd like to address the board, here's your opportunity. Okay, seeing none, it is recommended that the Board of Education enter into executive session to discuss the employment of a public official.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Tamira, second by Ms. Saxon. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Yetsey,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
and Mr. Vaca.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.